May govannen, niblings. Let's play LotRO, episode 23. So I'm on my way to Woodhall from Tuckborough. I need to get the runes on this collar that I found on the Yale height translated. And I'm looking for an elf to do it. Now I don't actually have to go to Woodhall. The elf camp is on the hill above Woodhall. So, and here's the elf. And this is the first elf Villa's met, I believe, unless an elf has come to Grimbjorn's lodge before this.
What can I do for you?
Right, he says that the wolf belongs to a warg of Angmar named Laugfut.
Might you spare a moment of your time?
Alright, so I should find Laugfut and defeat it. And I think this is, this is the same warg that I fought earlier east of Budgeford. So I guess I wasn't supposed to find it then. Oh, you know what? Instead of writing out from here, I'm going to use my milestone to Mickle Delving. Let's have my little animation here. Alright, I'm going to talk to... oh, this way. I'm going to talk to the sheriff here.
Hello.
Alright, this is thanking me. I get the title Honorary Shirriff. Honorary Shirriff. Yeah, I'll make that one active. So now I'm Hvila, Honorary Shirriff. And I get this hat. And remember, this is like the other hat, but it has 2 feathers in it. So, it's pretty neat. Alright. So, and I believe I got that quest for completing the Quests of the Shire deeds. I think that's where that comes from. So I'm on my way to Needlehull, and I'm not taking the main road. You might remember that I took this path before, but coming from the other direction when I was delivering the post from Needlehull to Mickle Delving. So, you know, I could take the Stable Master, but the Stable Master would take me all the way to Hobbiton, and then from Hobbiton all the way to Needlehull. So this will be a little quicker, though it is more dangerous, because wolves will occasionally attack me on this path. But I should be able to outrun them on my horse. Waterfall leading down into the bog. I'll just go around the west side of the bog here. Toads. So I think there's going to be a good bit of riding around again in this episode. Whoops! I fell in a little deep spot and got dismounted because I had to swim. Alright. So it's going to be some more riding around in this episode, I think. But I will be able to talk about something while we do that. Alright.
Greetings.
He thinks it's funny that hobbits want to make fireworks. So he's selling them. He says, "Were you thinking that I'd send you on a quest? or something. Uh, but no, he's just giving them to me. Well, technically he sold them to me, but I think that was Hyacinth's money, not mine. Alright. So I'm going to
Hello
take the
there.
Stable Master to Hobbiton. Because that will be... that's more going in the direction I need to be going. Because then I'll just... well, what I'll do is the horse will get to about here, and then normally it would turn north to Hobbiton, and I'll dismount early and head south to Tuckborough, like, just after Waymeet, really. Alright, so... let me talk about food, because I haven't really discussed it or even used it. So food, there are two different kinds of food, at least at the early levels. There are more kinds later on. But food has two effects, or the two different kinds of food have two effects. So you can see here, this is one of the main kinds of food, and that's regeneration food. So the primary thing it does is it increases your regeneration. And since I can heal myself, I really haven't needed it at all. But it is pretty useful. If I was going into a particularly challenging fight, I might eat some food. Especially if I was a class that wasn't as good at healing itself, I would use this more. So you can see it gives different regeneration values, both power and morale. Of course, I'm a Bjorning, I don't have power, so the morale would be the only thing I would get. And you can see that the regeneration values are a lot higher for when you're not in combat as compared to when you are in combat. So you get a lot more benefit from the food when you're not fighting, so it helps you heal up faster between fights. It also removes wound and poison, which isn't really an issue right now, but it's a nice bonus. So then the other kind of food is food that boosts one of your stats. And remember, I talked about the 5 stats earlier, and so there are a lot of foods. This one boosts agility. There are a lot of foods that boost other stats, and these numbers all go up as you get higher level foods. Alright, so I'm going to dismount here. Hyacinth's little hobbit hole is right over here, so rather than take the main road in, I'm just going to cut over the hill here, just to save a little bit of time. Alright, here's her house. That was the great smeals we could see from over the hill there.
Hello.
So she's also joking that I need to not be doing random quests for people who just should be selling us stuff. Alright. So I can go talk to Lobelia now and turn in this quest. And hopefully that will be it for the fireworks quest. There's definitely a good bit of running around for that fireworks quest. I know that other people I've talked to who play this game have complained about the fireworks quest before and how much running around you have to do. Though, back in my day, when I first started playing Lord of the Rings Online, you couldn't have horses at this low level. You had to be a much higher level to get a horse. And so you had to run around like this on foot for the most part, occasionally using the stable masters. So it's definitely a lot easier with a horse. Of course, you don't have to do these quests at all. There's very few quests that you absolutely need to do. You can skip quests that you don't like, for the most part. There's usually more than enough quests in each zone to complete the quest deed, and most quests don't offer such good rewards that you can't get elsewhere. Alright, here's Lobelia.
How rude!
So she's upset that it'll take 3 months to do the fireworks.
Don't you turn your back on me!
Alright. So, she wants me to go talk to the sheriff. After all that work, Hvila is not satisfied. Alright. Well, let's go see what the sheriff says. And, oh yeah, this sheriff's in Hobbiton. That's not so bad. For a second I was thinking I would have to go back to the sheriff in Nickel Delving. But nope, Sheriff Smallborough is right here in Hobbiton.
A lovely day, isn't it?
Ah, I need to talk to Paladin Took. This is out of the jurisdiction of the Bounders, apparently. No problem. So, more riding around. Down to Tuckborough. And you might remember we talked to Thane Paladin Took before. I believe with the quest to find what was his name, a hobbit who hid in the barrel and got kidnapped by brigands that Ezelia Took sent us after. The name's not coming to me at the moment, but you remember those quests we did. Alright. So Thane Paladin Took us right in here.
What do you need?
Okay.
Might I have a word with you?
So he has an idea what to do about this. Oh, interesting. So he wants me to do something about this. The brigands, he thinks, have been using the fireworks, and he thinks that they could cause problems with those fireworks. Possibly, you know, hurt someone with them. And that's fair, fireworks can be dangerous. So he wants me to go down there and deal with them. I don't think I have time to do that in this episode, so I'm going to head back to Budgeford for the moment. Let's see if I can finish these other quests. Now you may remember though that the place where he wants me to go is a place I've already been. This is where the Narrowcleave that he's talking about is where Violet was when we went down there for the Vigilance Committee from Stock. They sent me down there, and I rescued Violet as well as did a couple quests for Farmer Maggot and his son. So, if I had remembered that these quests go to the same place, I would have waited to do those quests until I had picked up this one as well, because then I could have done them at the same time. So, because that's going to take a good bit of time for me to get back there and fight my way through those brigands and get to the fireworks, but it's not too big a deal. Like I said, I'll do it in the next episode. Oh, one thing I forgot about the food is, while you can only have one kind of regeneration food and one kind of stat boosting food active at a time, but you can have one of each. So you can have both a regeneration food and a stat boosting food. If you eat two different kinds of regeneration food, it will just overwrite the buff that it gives you. And I'll show you, even though I don't need it, I'll show you what that looks like.
Hello there.
Alright. So, Willamar feels bad for Callum, the strange man who has been injured in the Frogmoors. Willamar has been reading Callum's journals.
Stay and have some tea.
And feels sorry for him. It sounds like he's had a hard life. Alright. So he wants me to gather prickly broom leaves, and tend to Callum's wounds. So I can get those leaves over here, it looks like. Yep, some wolves around here, but I think I can avoid them. Nope, that wolf's going to attack me. Alright. So here's the prickly broom bush. So I need to collect several of these. Let's see if we can find some more. And they're around here somewhere. Yeah, looks like I need to go down this way. Deer and shrew that are running away from me. It's kind of funny. Where are these? I'm in the right spot. Let me get on my horse so I can go faster. Well, we're not down here by the river. Oh, here's one. I'll have to defeat this harvest fly. Alright, so there's one. I think I see one up there. Yeah, I do. And that'll be it for those. And I need to defeat Laugfut. Alright, so he's up here. He's that warg. And yeah, this is the same warg that I saw earlier and defeated earlier, but I didn't have the quest, so it didn't count that I defeated him earlier. So he will have respawned. There he is. Laugfut the warg. Alright. So I'll try pulling him. I think these wolves will come too. Yep. And I don't want to have to fight too many wolves, so I'm going to back out of that den. And that's another aspect of pulling, is getting out of the way so you don't aggro more mobs. Alright, bear time. Alright, gotcha, Laugfut. Okay. So I have what I need to deliver bandages to Callum. Got a wound from the warg. Or I think it's the wolves, actually. But that won't stop me. I'm done fighting for now. I could eat that food. Oh, I forgot to eat it. I was going to show you the buff that it gives. And I forgot to do that. I'm going to do that right now. I was going to do it before the fight, but anyway. And this will clear the wound, actually. Oh, the wound already went away. Oh well. So here now you can see I have this buff. It gives me this regeneration. And so now if I ate a different regeneration food, I wouldn't get 2 regeneration buffs. I only get 1 regeneration buff. And, you know, I could also eat this pork sausage to get an agility buff. So here now I have the regeneration buff and the agility buff. So you can see that the buffs are named different things, like cooked food, trail food. If I ate a different regeneration food, it would give me a different cooked food buff. And same thing with the trail food. So that's how those work. All right.
A lovely day, isn't it?
So he says, take these bandages to Callum and let him know that I hold no malice against him, and ask him to do the same. So Willamar is going to try to solve the problem of Callum, who he has never met, having a grudge against him by being nice and helping him. How about that? Alright.
Goodness.
Yeah, and Linda is glad that I have saved Budgeford in the Shire from a warg. Right, so here, big axe, Laugfut's Bane. And I still, as best as I can tell, it's better for Bjornings to use dual-wielding 2 weapons rather than one two-handed weapon. So I might take that anyway. Yeah, these leggings are light armor. These shoulders are an improvement over the shoulders that I have. I might take those. I think that's kind of a standard axe. Yeah, and I won't equip these shoulders cosmetically, but this does give me an opportunity to show you that my outfit won't change when I equip these shoulders. So, see here, I'll equip Laugfut's Bane. My outfit doesn't change because I have a cosmetic outfit. So, and I want to save these Grimbjorn's shoulders because they're part of this outfit, and I like to save the clothes for my outfit. So I'll go put that in my vault the next time I am near a vault keeper. That'll do it for this episode, though. I ran a little long on this one. So thanks for joining me, Niblings. Tune in next time, and we'll deliver bandages for Callum, and then see about destroying the stolen fireworks.